Hello, my name is Tyra Omilade. I am your goddess guru, your sister friend, and I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. And I want to talk to you a little bit today about Pluto in Aquarius. I was talking to one of my coachees, explaining this to her, and promised that I would make a video to talk about the importance of the planet of power and transformation being in the sign of Aquarius and what it means for everybody. So, let me just start off by saying that just at the end of the day, this is one of the most important transits of our lifetime because Pluto is we'll never see Pluto in Aquarius again. It's a once in a lifetime event for whoever's there. And so the reason why this is so big for the world in general, but in particular those of us here in the United States is because Pluto in Aquarius helped to shape and define so much of what this country is about. Pluto in Aquarius happened shortly after the United States was declared to be an independent sovereign nation. And so, what is happening is that we are in the midst of our Pluto return. And the Pluto return happens once every, I think it's 240 years, give or take a year or two. I don't have the exact number, but it's about every 240 years. The Pluto gets back around to the point where it was, say, for instance, when the United States became a nation. And so the first time Pluto was in our natal chart, because every country has its own birth chart, it was in Capricorn, and shortly thereafter, it moved into Aquarius. And so when a country has what is called a Pluto return, so Pluto came back to the place that Pluto was when the United States was first born, it's the rebirth of a nation. Other countries have seen this and major things have happened. One of the ones I've heard a lot of the astrology teachers talk about is France. When they had the French Revolution, that was during their Pluto return. So, anywho, the United States is in the midst. It seems like the United States is in the midst of like complete and utter chaos. On some level, most of us day to day, we are normal, living our lives, right? But the actual direction of this country, it feels like we're at a crossroads. And that is because of this Pluto return. And so, what I keep emphasizing to everybody, and I want y'all to really hear me and take this very seriously, is that we are the people. When we think back to when the United States was first started, we are those people now. And so, we need to take advantage of this time because we are essentially pioneers. Pluto moving into Aquarius is bringing around a transformation that is ushering in the age of technology. We think about the age of Aquarius, and something about Aquarius is it's very futuristic. It's a futuristic sign. And so, though that song was created decades ago, that is very much Aquarius. This is the age of Aquarius, and we are living it. We are the people that one day will be read about in history books and how we dealt with this time. Is this just about the United States of America? Absolutely not. We can talk about Pluto and Aquarius generally for everyone in the whole wide world. All these babies being born under Pluto and Aquarius, it's no wonder that we're seeing so many little children who are child prodigies. Some of that does come from, Pluto in, Capricorn, though. But I definitely want to talk to those of us in the United States because so many of us did not have a voice. So many of us have been dealing with the ramifications of a country that was started that was not created. It was created in theory to be for everyone, where people liberty, pursuit of happiness, freedom, all of that. In theory, it was for everyone, but we know how things have played out in this country. We know how many people are still fighting to just have basic human rights. Civil rights is a part of human rights. We're looking for all human rights for everyone. That is actually Aquarius. So, one of the things I want to tell y'all today is when we're thinking about Pluto and Aquarius, we want to begin to understand that Pluto is transformation. And we want to begin to allow ourselves to be transformed with this Aquarius energy. What is Aquarius energy? Aquarius energy is futuristic, it is progressive, it is actually very rebellious. And it is like, we the people. Aquarius is the we the people part that I guess the people who started this country knew that we were headed in this direction. They could feel we the people before Pluto moved into Aquarius, they could feel it. So, we the people, that is Aquarius. It is about we are going to fight for our society. We're going to have a say so in our society. We're going to see this happen all around the world. Okay. And it's messy right now because there's a transition. First of all, Pluto's been ending its time in Capricorn. And since 2023, it's been bouncing back and forth between Capricorn, which is has to do with government. And those of us in the United States for sure have seen a transformation in the government. But around the world, there's been a lot when it comes to governments. But it's a sign of success. I want to say something positive about it before I say something negative. It's a very oppressive to the bottom. Power up at the top, everyone else down at the bottom. Okay. The power is concentrated at, think of about a pyramid. It's concentrated at the top, whereas Aquarius is turning it upside down, where the concentration at the top is with the people. And it's not about necessarily smaller government. It's just about the people having a say so in how the government is run. And so we're bouncing back and forth between the 2. So it looks super messy here in the United States for sure. But what is gonna happen is we have to wrap our mind around that, yes, we've lived for so long under the history, the experiences you've had, but it's now to begin to transform your mind and move in a new direction. So that's one of the things that you wanna think about with Pluto and Aquarius, that you've got to get on board. You've got to get on board and be the pioneer, number one, to make a declaration about what it is that you want for this country, for those who are going to come 100 years behind us right now. You've got to go on ahead and make that declaration. The other thing is, you are a pioneer and you want to make sure that you are not stuck in the old, but you're allowing yourself to move into the new. I know that we have been in such an oppressive time. And let me be clear, Aquarius has potential. There's a light and a dark side. Let me say it this way, there's a light and a dark side to every sign. Aquarius has the potential to dehumanize people, right? So we want to spend our time in Aquarius making sure that we focus on staying in touch with our humanity because it's the technological age. However, we're at the beginning of this cycle. And so, what we want to do is to make a declaration about what are we going to do to take advantage of the opportunities that await us? And how are you going to take advantage of it? Are you going to continue to just talk about the way things have been, which we have to? But are you also gonna focus on, okay, we have these new opportunities, say, for instance, with technology, with how are people working? The pandemic was a foreshadowing of how people are working. Are you going to take advantage of these new opportunities to make money that don't require you to have to get in the car? See, that's Capricorn. You got to get in your car and you got to drive into that brick and mortar building. Whereas Aquarius is you can make money in a number of ways. Okay. So I want you to be thinking about that. How are you shifting your mindset so that you are moving with the energy of Aquarius and being that pioneer, claiming your stake in I'll call it online real estate, technological real estate, How are you going to use this to your advantage? And so we want to really think about Pluto in Aquarius is all about the technological age. It's not going anywhere. It doesn't matter how much we don't want whatever it is that people don't like about technology, AI, internet. It doesn't matter. It's here, as we can all see. And so, what I want you to be thinking about is this. Number one, the internet, it has created a level playing field for us. So, what are you going to do to take advantage of the opportunities of the internet? We are pioneers no matter what. I know for us, we're so immersed in this now that it seems like everyone has already taken up all the real estate. It's not true. It is just not true. You want to make sure that you take advantage of the technology and allow it to help make your life easier. Yes, we'll have to be responsible and make sure that we put in those protections because our information is just everywhere. But this is an opportunity of a lifetime, and I want you to get your piece of the pie. Okay. I want you to know that this is a time where equity and equality and diversity and everyone being able to have just basic needs met is a possibility. These are the themes. What is the other word? Oh, democracy. These are the themes that we will see rise up more and more. And so we just want to make sure that we keep this energy of Aquarius about progress. We want to keep that energy at the forefront of our mind. We are making progress. We're making progress in the ways that we are able to demand rights, to command that those who are in leadership make sure that we have equity and equality and just basic human rights being met, right? Because Aquarius is a sign of rebellion. And so there will be a lot of people who will be willing to be the odd man, odd woman, odd person out and just say, I'm not going to do it the way that society has said to do it. I'm going to do it my way. And so we'll see more and more of that. More of us will feel like I'm not going to just conform because, see, we're no longer under Capricorn right now. And we're no longer under the agreement that was first started when the United States was begun. We're no longer under that agreement because we've had the ultimate return, the Pluto return of the United States. It's the last planet that needed to get around to meet where the original planets were. That's it. New country. Okay. So we'll notice that, but I want you to take advantage of it. This is a time of advocacy. More of us will be advocating for people to have basic necessities. Aquarius is the society is everyone is on the same level. There is no hierarchy. And another way that I've heard it explained is a system without a center, large communities that are supporting one another. This is something that will become more and more. We've heard about people living in communes and different things like that. This will be something that will become more and more of a thing. Just know that advocacy and being in community with people because you're advocating for people to have the same as you is something that will become more apparent. And I think that part of what we're seeing in the United States is that the people who aren't down with equality and equity, democracy, are putting up a fight because the energy that brought that kind of like we want that oppressive kind of energy in is ending and Aquarius is taking over. I will say one of the dark sides of Aquarius that I can't stand, and I'm just being 100 with y'all, is I don't like conspiracy theories. I think conspiracy theories, we already see, first of all, it's just part of who we are as people, but we have technology. And so conspiracy theories can run amok just so quickly because of the internet. So I just encourage you to move into the sciencey part of Aquarius, be more scientific So, yeah, I just want to say that. The last thing I want to say, just again, is we are writing a new history. People all around the world, but especially those of us here in the United States, we're writing a new history. This is a time Pluto has to do with empowerment, stepping into your power. It has to do with transformation. And so I encourage you to understand that you have the power to write in what you want right now. Now, will it happen overnight? No, because Aquarius is a fixed sign. That means that it takes a while. You've got to put in the work. It's a sign that's ruled by Saturn. I use traditional rulers. It's ruled by Saturn. And so Saturn is you've got to do the hard work. You've got to put in the discipline. You've got to follow a plan. But Aquarius is that plus all of a sudden big change can happen. So it's like you going ahead, lay the foundation, the groundwork, keep working on whatever this dream is that you have. And all of a sudden, with Aquarius energy, you could just be catapulted to a whole new level, one that you've been looking for or even higher. Okay. So know that we are writing history as we speak, and we're literally writing it by seizing the moment, taking this time to take advantage of being a pioneer, being at the beginning of a thing where our ancestors couldn't, we can. All right. So I hope that this has at least whet your appetite to learn more about Pluto in Aquarius, but I also hope that it inspires you to take advantage of this most auspicious time that we have. Seize the moment. Let's do this Pluto and Aquarius thing. Cheering for you all. Thank you so much. I would appreciate it if you would give my video a like so that we can help continue to get messages of empowerment like this out to everyone, especially women, because that's who I work with. But this message was really for everybody. Thank you all so much. Tyra Omilade. Check it out. Peace.